Lil GM. Back at it. The Lakers. They want a veteran point guard. They want CP3 or Russell Westbrook. And
Welp. Fuck. Now, about a day ago, I saw these rumors saying that Russell Westbrook would possibly be getting traded to the LA Lakers, and there were rumors that the Lakers really wanted him. Now, I was gonna make a video right when this happened, but I was like, it's probably one of those dumb rumors. It's probably not actually true when I found out that the Lakers are actually pursuing him. And I will say, a trade to the Lakers wouldn't be the worst thing. In fact, I think it would be a pretty decent move for the Lakers. The only problem, though, is that a lot of people were talking bad about people like Kyle Kuzma and Dennis Schroeder and Talen Horton Tucker. I don't know if I said his name right. And all these other, role players that were on the Lakers. But the only problem is you guys want to trade these assets, as their assets I guess, for superstar players like Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook and CP3 and other talented players. Doing all the research I could for this video, it seems like the most popular trade that I'm seeing involves like Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Kuzma, and Talen Horton Tucker. But the thing is though, in reality, the trade would probably look like Russell Westbrook and like one of their lower level players. I can't name any of them off the top of my head. And then like maybe throw in a second rounder and those three Lakers players I mentioned, and then like maybe like 2 second rounders or something. In reality, that's what the trade would probably look like. Here's my thing when people talk to me about it. Essentially, the Wizards could fully trade Russell Westbrook to a decent team, and I'm just like, name any team you think he should go to that's not the Lakers, and they could probably find a pretty decent trade, get some good assets to help them rebuild, because they have Bradley Beal, who's been someone they've been talking about trading, but I don't think they're going to trade both these guys in the offseason unless they're doing a full revamp. That's all I'm saying personally. But I don't think a trade to the Lakers would be the smartest thing unless Russell Westbrook had the Wizards front office at gunpoint and saying, you better trade me to the Lakers. Other than that, I don't think that this is a smart trade for the Wizards. For the Lakers, it's not a bad trade. I mean, working Russell Westbrook with LeBron would be kind of interesting because Russell Westbrook is known for padding his own stats and he needs his triple doubles. I will say that if Russell Westbrook was able to switch his play style and he was more of a playmaker, because I know he can playmaker, but you have to also remember he's not that good of a shooter. He's a very good person when it comes to driving the lane, but other than that, I mean, yeah, he's good at rebounds, but only when his centers are not getting that many rebounds. And obviously Anthony Davis isn't going to average 5 rebounds per game, especially because they have a lot of big men, and obviously Russell Westbrook is not going to be getting those triple doubles. At Russell Westbrook's point in his career, he's kind of in a situation where it's like, I gotta win now. You don't have that many years left where you are going to be in your prime, and honestly, I thought this was kind of an off year for Russell Westbrook, so in my opinion, him going to the Lakers would be a very smart move for his career, and for the Lakers, it would be a very good trade. The only problem is with what are the Wizards going to get, and will the Wizards benefit from this? You guys have to remember about NBA trades, and this is very important. A trade can financially make sense and it can make sense to the fans, but if an organization is either A, like dumping this player, they just don't want him, why would they accept that trade? So no, I don't think the Lakers really have any assets. Obviously, if they trade like Anthony Davis, but obviously they're not going to do that. But I only see that happening if the Washington Wizards are doing a full rebuild. So with that being said, they would get some of the younger players like Kyle Kuzma and Talen Horton Tucker. I don't know about Schroeder necessarily, but I mean, you would have to replace a point guard. And unfortunately for the Wizards, they only have the number 15 pick. So I was going to say maybe they could draft a pretty decent prospect, but with them almost making the playoffs, and that's probably not going to happen in reality. Now, obviously, Russell Westbrook isn't the only player I want to talk about. I want to talk about Chris Paul. Man, am I going to get angry. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to be a salty Suns fan and say Chris Paul's the worst point guard of all time. I'm not going to be like that. I appreciate everything he did. In reality, I do believe he's going to stay with the Suns. I feel like he believes that he has a really good chance to, do something with Phoenix, and he had a pretty good chemistry with the team. Now, something me and my dad were talking about is that Chris Paul is a cancer to every team he plays on, and I've seen that to be true just about every time except Phoenix. Knocking on wood though, because the first season sometimes is really good, and then it turns out in the second season when they don't do what he wants to do, that he's just a terrible teammate, and I don't want to see him almost ruin Phoenix. Now in reality, he can pick up his $44 million player option, which I don't think he's going to do. I think everyone says he's going to decline it, but essentially I think what he's most likely going to do is try to get a 3-year $100 million deal. But the man is 36, almost 37, so that deal would get him to around, he'll be about 39, almost 40. So no, and I don't think he'll retire with the Suns. In my opinion though, I really do think Chris Paul should take a pay cut and go to the Lakers, I think I'm 99% sure the Lakers will have enough cap space if they don't sign some of those guys like Dennis Schroeder and I mean Andre Drummond, players like that. I don't think they'll have enough cap space to give Chris Paul this big ass deal, but I really do think he should take a pay cut. Now, the same trade that I talked about for the Russell Westbrook trade would also have to happen to the Suns if they were to do a sign-in trade, which I feel like would be one of the more reasonable things, because I don't think Chris Paul is going to take a pay cut. He is too big of an ego. I don't think he would do that. So a sign-in trade would be very possible, and obviously it would be the same thing. For the Suns though, I will say I think they benefit more from this than the Wizards do. And the reason I say this is because the Phoenix Suns have a way better core than the Wizards. We already know that. But the thing is though, Phoenix getting rid of Chris Paul and getting some younger players like Kyle Kuzma, who I know we make jokes about him. I made plenty of jokes saying that guy is the best player of all time. I genuinely believe he still has time to develop, and he could be a really good player on the Suns. A player like Dennis Schroeder, who's a very good playmaker, a very good shooter when he is, I feel like he would do pretty well there. And a player like Taylor Horton-Tucker, who would be coming off the bench, I feel like that would also be very important. But they also do bring championship experience. And Jay Crowder this year in the finals was the only player to make a finals at least once for all the players, and that being with Miami, obviously, before the Suns would go into this finals. So with that being said, between these two trades, I think that the Chris Paul to the Lakers is probably more likely to happen than Westbrook to the Wizards, because the Wizards have already said they didn't plan on trading Westbrook, and I don't really think they will, because you blowing this up like with Westbrook now, the Wizards don't have much going for them in all reality. Now, as someone that is a big fan of NBA YouTube, I'm going to say this right now. I've seen all over the place, Damian Lillard to the Lakers, Damian Lillard to the Lakers. This is going to happen because of this reason, and this is what they're going to have to trade. That is the one trade that will not happen. I promise you guys, Damian Lillard will not go to the Lakers. As a matter of fact, I really don't think Damian Lillard is going to leave the Lakers. I think it was kind of like a Russell Wilson situation. If you watch the NFL, and you probably know what's going on. But essentially, there was talk that Russell Wilson wanted to leave Seattle, and there was this, oh, he actually said that he wanted to leave. Turns out he didn't say that, or maybe he was just capping. But the point is, he never got traded, and he's getting ready to play for Seattle this season. So maybe Lillard was just trying to get the Trailblazers to be like, shit, we really got to get another superstar. We got to get some help for Lillard. So maybe that's what they're going to do. But essentially, no, I don't think Lillard is going anywhere, and most likely definitely not the Lakers, because the Lakers, like I said, it's the same thing with Russell Westbrook. You don't have any assets. You have absolutely no assets. And I feel like the difference with the Suns though is they would only take that trade to kind of dump Chris Paul. Everyone, we love Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is kind of like a rental car. It's like, it's really good, and then when you hold on to it for too long, which is about a season, especially when it's a very old model, it's not going to end up keep running the same way that it did. So I'm terrible with cars, so I probably did not know that whatever I'm trying to say. The point is though, that Chris Paul's time is running out, and this was his last chance to win a ring. So the only chance he wins a ring is if he goes to LA and kind of just, goes with LeBron and AD, which I see happening. But let me know what you guys do think about the situation, where you guys think these three players I talked about are going, and tell me which one is most likely to go to the Lakers. I'm gonna go with Chris Paul. There will be a sign-in trade, but anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure y'all boys leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on post notifications. I'm uploading NBA videos every single day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Take care. Peace. Oh, and I don't like to do this, but I have a brand new second, well, it's not really brand new, it's my old second channel. It's called Specs Live. Essentially, I'm gonna be start streaming either on Twitch or YouTube very soon. I'm gonna upload stream highlights on there, vlogs, and just other stuff that's not NBA content. So if you guys do want to see that, the link will be in the description below and the end card. It used to be my old VTG21 channel, and I might react to some old videos of my first stream. So anyways, look.